They know not what they do. Father, into your hands. It is finished.
The end of this long winding road, he cried out, not in defeat, but in life's earthly finality and completion. With one last exhale, the spirit itself leaves Jesus. This man, this God, broken by its own creation, nailed to their tree of sin. A ladder is stood. One man ascends and removes the crown of thorns, tossing it back to the dirt from where it came. A sedarium is pulled over his head to preserve his dignity, or conceal what they had done. His hands tremble as they place his death mask. Jesus' injuries saturating the once white linen. The skies darkened and did not return to normal, not for some time. The wind moves, pulsing like existence itself is still unsure on how to continue. The earth trembled, and those who stood near the cross knew something powerful had just taken place, something that they could not explain. The cross stood, swaying in the wind as the once venomous crowd was dulled to an uncomfortable murmur. The blood-darkened wood against the bruised sky. And there, no longer struggling, no longer gasping, Jesus hangs in stillness. A Roman soldier lowers his spear. His breath is unsteady. He does not understand what he has just witnessed, but he knows this, that this was no ordinary death. Surely, this was the Son of God. Two men stepped forward, Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus, men who had once watched from a distance, now drawn in by something greater than fear. Jesus would not be left this way for long. No, not their king. Their hands are unsteady, but not from fear of Rome, but from the unbearable weight of it touching him. They pulled the nails free, slowly, carefully, as if even now they feared hurting him, each one releasing with a dulled and final sound. His body gave way to their hands. It was heavy, broken, torn, and still. Mary, his mother, collapses by his side, scooping him to her as if he was a child again at her bosom. She rocks steadily as tears mix with the already drying blood on his face. Turning her face towards the heavens like a wounded animal, she lets forth one last cry. Then, looking down again at her son, at her baby, her Jesus, she does not speak. Instead, she simply holds him again. There are no words left. With the arrival of the impending Sabbath, there was no time for ceremony, but there was time for honor. Water was brought, and they began to wash him, not simply as one washes the dead, but as one tending to something sacred. Their actions are careful and reverent. The wounds remained, the marks did not fade. Every tear in the flesh, a place where pain had poured out, love was poured back into them. There was no haste, but careful attention to detail. They wrapped him in clean linen, binding again what had been broken. Spices were placed upon the body. A bold mixture of myrrh and aloes were prepared, thick, fragrant, and heavy with meaning, preparing him for death's final act as the curtains appeared for one final call. A long length of fabric shrouded over his body entirely. The sedarium that once wrapped his head and death's approach on the cross folded neatly by his side. They stepped back, inhaling the mixtures of blood and tears and spice that had become their once mighty king. A tomb had been given, new and untouched by any previous death's kiss of decay. It was carved from the very earth itself. Inside, they laid him there upon the stone slab. No movement, no breath, no sign of life. Only silence. The weight of finality presses into the room. The linen conforms to the body of Christ, his once recognizable face now framed by the wounds from crown of thorns and battered visage. His hands, once givers of life and healing, are now slack and empty. His ribs, once strong and giving of life's breath, now hollow and still. His wounds, delivered at the hands of the sinful and the scared, drained of their power as the living water within ran dry. All this is pressed upon by the heaviness of death's clothing, a single sheet between God and man. Now there is silence, no exhale, but stillness. The stone door is rolled into place, the entrance sealed, and with it, every hope that they had carried. Outside, the world continued, but not as we know it, as if something beneath time itself had shifted. The sky seems to hold its breath. Hell, stirring with renewed vigor at the smell of blood fresh in the dirt. The ones who loved him hid, and the ones who feared him rested. And the grave held its place. It was guarded from violence, from looters and even believers alike. No one was allowed within. But something was happening beyond sight, beyond flesh, beyond the reach of any human witness. There, what no eye could see, what no voice could record, was not stillness. There was no gradual awakening, no breath drawn slowly back into the lungs like Lazarus, no stirring of dry bones. Death had taken him, but did not understand what it had taken. This was no normal passing. This was no mortal body, seemingly still under death's weight. What is to happen happens in a moment, all at once. There is a beginning of light, a spark. Deep from within the body of Christ, light begins to break through, emanating like forged steel, glowing from the inside out. Fire more brilliant than that of the bush encountered by Moses, radiating like the sun. The body takes shape against the linen, yet the linen does not burn. It receives. It absorbs this majestic transfer from life to eternal. The body that had been broken was no longer bound to death, instead turning to existence through light. And then he was gone. The teacher was no more. The king was missing. The Christ had risen. In a single incomprehensible instant, an image is formed, not painted, not touched, not crafted by any human hands. A perfect imprint, as though Jesus himself had been filtered through the tightly woven fabric of this shroud, leaving behind a memory. Front, back, every wound accounted for, every detail preserved in silence. This cloth records what no eye could see. The very moment death lost its claim, what was left behind was not absence. Oh no, it was the evidence of something miraculous. And now, the tomb is still. The stone sealing the entrance, but inside there was no body, only the place of where he had been. At first light they came, carrying spices, expecting death. But the stone had already been moved. They entered fully uncertain and in some way afraid of what they might see. but they did not find him. Why do you seek the living among the dead? He is not here, but has risen. The teacher was no more. The King was missing. The Christ had risen